never die.
Fuck you.
All right, it is Sunday. It is 2:09 p.m. I just got done doing a video with Paranormal Pat, so please expect that video to come out soon. But before I get into today's podcast, I want to thank Blackstone Labs for sponsoring this podcast, and you can get 20% off your entire order, blackstonelabs.com. That's 20% off your entire... Look, you're trying to get jacked, you're trying to get shredded, you're trying to put on muscle, you're trying to achieve the dream body you want. Well, guess the fuck what? Blackstone Labs can help you. They sell all the supplements you need. Pre-workout, branched chain amino acids, thermogenics. These are the things that you need to get to achieve the body you want. And if you want that assistance, you can get 20% off your entire order at blackstonelabs.com. Use promo code B2the4thpower at checkout and get yourself hooked the fuck up. Also, too, CH Concrete serving the San Francisco Bay Area. That is CH Concrete serving the San Francisco Bay Area. No job too big, no job too small. You want to cement your backyard, you want to cement your front yard. Look, patios, walkways, driveways, foundations. It does not fucking matter. Also, too, they also do residential, commercial. Doesn't matter. They'll take care of you. That is CH Concrete. Just mention the Angry Dad and get that free estimate. Now, let's get into today's podcast. And I have my good friend right here. This is Cody. Cody, introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? This is Cody here with the Angry Dad. Good friend. Been listening to the podcast for a minute. And I've been getting in his ear. Love to get on here and talk with you one time. See how that goes and see how it is to ask you a couple questions.
Yeah, that's how today's podcast is going to go. So it's going to be slightly different than what we normally do. So go ahead, fire away, Cody.
So what I wanted to do, I was trying to think of different topics we could have when we linked up today. Yeah. And I ended up coming to a realization that a lot of people probably listen to you, but I don't know if anybody actually knows a lot of the other things that really make you click as far as your day-to-day.
Yeah.
You know, things that bother you, things that you wish people would get together.
Yeah.
They definitely know what those things, but I wanted to ask, some questions that I had, and then maybe some questions that some of your viewers might have that they haven't been able to ask you. So the first thing I would want to know that I think most people want to know is, well, first, how long have you been in the podcast game?
I want to say I've been doing podcasts for maybe about 3 years, maybe 4 years now. I can't remember the exact day I started, but it's been quite a while already. With this episode right here, I believe it's 334.
And has it always been through the same program?
Same program, same everything. I always use Spreaker. Spreaker's the only app it's what I was shown. It's what I know. It's simple, easy to use, plug and play, and it's dummy proof. So that's just, like I said, I'm not very computer inclined, so it makes it a lot easier for me. Yeah, very user friendly.
That's always nice.
Yeah.
So then, was it somebody that did podcasts that you knew that gave you the information, or did you search it out on your own?
I did not search it out on my own. Didn't even try to do it on my own at first because, you just met my buddy Pat, Paranormal Pat, Pativity. Pat, check it out. He's the one that actually put me on it. Him and my buddy Brian both do podcasts. They do a podcast called It Be Like That. I listen to it. I used to, I really enjoy it. I still listen to it because they still produce it. And he was like, you need to do a podcast. You need to do a podcast. I did a podcast with them. I've been on their show a few times. I've eaten some disgusting things because of them, but it is what it is. And eventually, Pat just handed me down to the point where he's like, look, download the app. I downloaded the app. And once I downloaded the app, it kind of like, all right, let me start playing with it. Once I started playing with it and kind of figuring it out. And once I kind of figured it out, I just went from there. You know what I'm saying?
Did you have an idea of what the podcast was going to be, the Angry Dad podcast?
Oh, yeah. No, I definitely had an idea. A friend of mine, J-Dog, from Animal Pack Fitness, or Animal Pack, which is a supplement company that I highly like, but it's not the supplement company that represents me at the moment. But he has his dad. His dad would always get mad at him because he would always record him. He's like, Angry Dad, going at it again. And I liked it so much, I was like, I asked him, I was like, you mind if I borrow that? And he's all, go right ahead. So I took that, and I was like, all right, that's going to be my name. And I'm going to complain about shit that I hate, shit that I don't like, and the way people do things, and I have just common sense things that people don't do. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where it started from.
And that's what kind of, from there was the fire. Did you get a lot of feedback at the start when you were doing it, like good or bad?
I didn't even look for feedback. I just kind of just did it, and it felt very therapeutic doing it. So as it was being therapeutic, I was like, man, I really like this. Ooh, I like the feeling I have after I produce it. I like the feeling I have once I post it. And it wasn't like to get fame, wasn't to get fortune, wasn't. I said most people do indie podcasts. It's just byproduct. But the thing is exactly. And that's if you get it. You know what I'm saying? Being an indie podcaster, we don't get shit out of this game.
We're in the mansion. Don't let them.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like I just really enjoyed it, and then eventually, with all the shit that was going on in my life, and it didn't really correlate with me being the angry dad. It was just more of a general idea. I'm going to point in this direction. This is what I'm going to yell at. But what ended up happening is,
so you feel like it helped get out some of the aggression?
Oh, it helped. It helped get out.
A source, like kind of like if you were go to the gym or
yeah.
you know, write a death metal song. Or
Exactly.
Something.
You know what I'm saying? It gave me the ability to speak, even though no one was hearing me. That's how I looked at it. Like the things you say will come into fruition by speaking them. And so I always felt like it. But the thing is who do I talk to? Who do I what's called? You know what I'm saying? I have my friends, I have my family, but the things I wanted to talk about were kind of the things that you don't really speak to people about. And so, you know, at least growing up in my time and era, people's business is not aired out.
So do you think that's a big part of the podcast world, that it kind of gives people a voice, and then also with that voice gives that other people on the other end that connection of somebody else has a similar voice?
Exactly. Because, you know what I'm saying, everybody's podcast is different, everyone's views are different, but the thing is you can always find somebody and something that connects with you on that level.
And I think that's what breaks down to with people as a whole. Is that we break down, we pack animals.
Yeah.
You know, we want groups, we want connections, we want to be, fans of teams, we want to like the same TV shows. You want that connection with people, so I can understand how, even though sometimes it seems like everybody has a podcast, it really serves a huge purpose, even more with the times we're in right now when we can't leave our homes and we're stuck inside for the most part, and then we can all connect on something. So, do you feel like there's any topic that you wouldn't feel comfortable touching on?
No, I cover, like when I talk about stuff, I cover all stuff. Like I said, I've had so much crazy shit happen in my life that no one ever explained to me. So eventually it started getting to that point where it's like, well, no one ever told me this, so I didn't know. Like when I was growing up, I'd be at work and I'd be hanging out with the older people, the OGs, and they would mention things to me like, hey, young buck, what about this? You should think about this. Oh, you're having a problem? What's the problem? And then they would kind of drop a little nugget in my lap. And then when the problem would occur, problem would happen, I would just use that little tidbit and it would either make things smoother or kind of defuse the situation. And so
where did you grow up?
I grew up in Dakota. I grew up in Union City. It's in the Bay Area. It's right next to Hayward, right in between Fremont and Newark. It's a hardcore neighborhood, 14 streets of just straight hood. And like I said, just living there and being there, you get a lot of respect because you're a crazy motherfucker that's from there. That's
so
just.
Were you always a big guy?
Oh yeah, I was born a freak. You know what I'm saying? By the time I was in the 4th grade, I was already 5'11". I was already a grown ass fucking looking man.
Did you have the beard?
Oh, no beard, little mustache. You know what I'm saying? Just that thick peach fuzz. You know what I'm saying?
So now the tattoos. Did you start the tattoos young? Also?
Yeah, 14 years old. On my 14th birthday, my mom gave me $50, and I dipped. I went and got a tattoo.
So
cost me $50. Oh, she didn't know. I went and got the tattoo done. It's my last name on my back. And when you're Mexican, you know what I'm saying, it's usually the first tattoo you get. And so on my back it says Bowman, right across my shoulders. First tattoo I ever got in my life.
That's amazing. So you went with your first tattoo was the Jersey one.
Yep.
One on the back.
Yep.
That's solid. So did you grow up and live there your whole youth, or did you bounce around a little bit?
I basically lived there my whole life. I got in some trouble, and my mom sent me away to go live with my grandma in Washington. I went to Washington, and you could take the homie out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the homie. And so I got in some trouble out there, had to come back. You know what I'm saying?
Now, by trouble, have you ever had to do time, or?
I've spent some time in juvenile hall. I've spent some time in holding. I've spent some time in solitary, but all juvenile hall time.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So you never had to do any hardcore?
No hardcore time. Like I said, by the time I turned 18, I had my first son and I straightened out.
Do you feel like because of your tattoos, people assume that you've done hard time?
Oh, people always assume everything, but the thing is people the first reaction to anybody is you judge a book by its cover, plain and simple. Yeah. But also too, me being tall, me being dark skinned. And being Mexican, and most times people don't correlate Mexican with me because how tall I am. But the thing is I get profiled instantly, and so a lot of times I use it to my advantage, and I use it to my advantage to keep people away from me. But it's a disadvantage because it brings the police towards me, or it'll bring unwanted attention towards me.
Would you consider yourself an antisocial person?
I'm not an antisocial person at all.
Yeah, because I don't get that from you, but I understand that like watching your podcast.
Yeah.
I could see somebody thinking like hey, I just don't like fucking with people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you get annoyed.
Yeah.
By public.
Yeah.
A lot. But I know you as being in social settings.
Oh yeah, no, I'm very sociable.
person.
I'm very but the thing is I grew up in a hostile environment. I grew up in everything's always in tension. This person's against this person. I'm against this person. This is my line. This is my side. I defend my line. I defend my side, and I always need to be ready, steady, and fast. If something pops off, I'm expected to be the first person to jump off.
So do you think that's something that's because I mean I grew up in this area, so to me that's something that's very Bay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was trying to explain it to other people to where it's like, in the Bay Area, you always feel like somebody's trying to get over on you a little bit or sell you something.
Yeah.
So you're always keeping somebody kind of at that arm's length. Even though you're letting them in, you're like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know
Well, see, I grew up with gang mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like where I'm from, it was always everything's gang related. Everything's gang set, and it's our side versus your side, period.
So
you
were
don't.
You part of a gang?
Yes, I was. I was from Dakota. You know what I'm saying? That VGD, Vadio Grande Dakota, and that having that on me, it's tattooed on my chest from it's big ass letters. It's a sign of I'm a powerful, crazy, don't mess with me person, because that's what we're known for. No nonsense. We're known for no talk back. We're known for we just handle shit. You know what I'm saying?
Was there a time that you are you still in the game?
You know, you're born and raised. That's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not expected to do anything. I don't expect myself to do anything. But the thing is I grew out of that lifestyle. If they call, no, that's the thing though too. There's a difference between them calling me and me being ready. Because what it is I'm not active. I'm not out on the streets. I'm not running the block. I'm not selling drugs. I'm not.
You're retired.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm at a point in my life where I've already done good, because what it is, you get a lot of people that try to be half in, half out. Yeah. They're trying to be like, I'm from the hood, but I got a family. I'm like, no. I'm like, I understand I'm from the hood, but understand I'm only about my family. Yeah. My family comes first. The streets family, the streets it's all love.
So do you still keep in touch with?
I talk to a lot of them all the time. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, it's all love. Nothing's expected of me. I don't expect nothing of them. I'm not calling them for my problems or my issues.
Because you know the way that society would have you believe it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like once you're in, the only way you leave is
in a body bag.
Yeah.
But that's the thing though too, is like that's when you get that half in, half out. You can't just be I'm about the streets and I'm doing this, and then all of a sudden when something serious comes down, you bitch out. Yeah. Because then right off top, exactly.
I don't really want to.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing though too, is like when I was a kid, I was a frontliner. I was starting fights. I was handling business. I was doing these things because
you definitely, if I was to put a gang together, you definitely would fit the enforcer.
Oh yeah, that's the thing though too, is we weren't even enforcer. Like in our neighborhood, there was cliques, and with the cliques, you know what I'm saying, everyone has their own little groups, but we all understand that we're all together. You know what I'm saying? It's all love for each one of us. We see each other. We say what's up to each other. We know all, because basically almost everyone is family by default, because in our neighborhood was so small that this family's good with this family. Families intermingle, intermarry, all this stuff. So
it's more about neighborhoods.
Yeah, no, it's 100% a neighborhood. See, that's
necessarily being violent or having a problem with somebody else.
Exactly.
It's more about like, we are this community.
Yeah.
We're going to protect ourselves.
Exactly.
Things that people have done since ancient times.
Yeah, since ancient times. And that's exactly it. Like, that's how Dakota was always viewed. Within these 14 streets is us.
And even more when you're in an area where you don't feel like you're taken care of by the government or by society or helped out. That's it. I can see even more. You're like, oh no, this is what we got. We got these people around here to help me to get my back, and this is what I need to work with.
Exactly.
That makes total sense. So, at what point, like, what age were you when you decided to move out of that area, or did you? Out of
I actually never really moved. I just recently moved out of that area because, like I said, I was born and raised. And then once I was 17, turning 18, and having my first kid, and I told myself, I made a note in time. I'm like, I'm not like my father. My father was never around. No, my father was never there to raise me. My mom raised me. My grandma raised me, and my uncles were there to help. But the thing is I told myself at that moment in time, me knowing my first son's coming on his way, that's not me. Yeah. This is not me. I will be here for my kids. I will take care of my kids. I will sacrifice for my kids, because no one did that for me. I want to make sure that my kids live a better life than me. And that's how it ended up turning out. All my kids don't know my lifestyle. They don't know what I've been through. They don't know any of the stuff that I've gone through, and they hear stories because we talk all the time. But the thing is They don't live that life.
Yeah, that's I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And they don't have to live that life
Yeah.
that you had to live, and it was just so natural for you to live. And they don't have to experience it. They get to
ever
experience the joy, and you get to protect them. From
exactly.
That.
They get to live regular children's lives. You know, they have fun. They play their games. They play with their friends.
Yeah.
And they're not worried about bullshit.
Yeah, the stuff that you had to grow up with.
Yeah.
So when you decided to move, you said you...
We just recently, we just recently moved to Fairfield. I basically lived in Dakota my whole life.
So the kids were still living in that area?
Oh, yeah. We all still in that area. But the thing is like I said, areas calm down, areas gentrify. And, Union City, Dakota was not, excluded from that. It's not what it was, but it was still popping. It still does pop off to this day. But the thing is I didn't, when I was growing up, it was fed into me. My uncles, my family, my friends, we all this is the group, this is what we do, this is how things get handled. We drink, we smoke, we party, we enjoy our weekends, and we do crazy many shit. Yeah, we do crazy many shit every weekend. But the thing is that's what I was fed into. But I partied, I drank, I did drugs, and then I don't party, I don't drink. I do drink here and there, seldom, but I don't do any of these other things because that's not what I wanted my kids to see.
So now your main interests are what?
My main interest, I love bodybuilding. I love my podcast. I love working out. I love motivating.
Bodybuilding and working out?
Yeah, it's two different things. Bodybuilding is a completely different.
That's why I came to you, because I know you're the master of all this stuff. So what's the difference between bodybuilding and working out?
Well, bodybuilding is the difference between bodybuilding and working out is people who work out just go through the motions. People just do things. You know what I'm saying? But bodybuilding is an intent. I know specifically what I want to do. I know specifically how to get it done. And this is the tactics and training methods that I need to do. It's a precision tool.
So if somebody was looking to do that, looking to build a body as opposed to just working out, what would you say the first thing? Because I know there's all sorts of avenues you can take. You do different workouts, different meal plans. Would you have somebody start YouTubing? What would you say the first step you would want to take?
My first step is to figure out what you want to do in bodybuilding. Bodybuilding, there's different categories. There's actual body, bodybuilding, men's physique, classic. You know what I'm saying? Board shorts. There's different aspects and levels of it. They basically just
that would be mine.
It's basically like a men's physique, just not as much muscle. You know what I'm saying? All it is just upper body. And you have classic physique where, it's meant to be like the 70s and 80s style of bodybuilding. Yeah, exactly. And then you have, and then you have, hardcore bodybuilding where it's mass monsters. That's what I love. That's what I love doing.
I've seen the pictures.
Yeah.
He has pictures of guys all over his wall.
Exactly. And, it's different ways to attack it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go heavy and hard
but that's what I'm saying. So for figuring out the workouts, because that's one thing I run into is I play sports, so I can do something if you tell me what to do. You tell me run 20 laps, I'll run the 20 laps. You do the push-ups. But if I don't have somebody telling me, it's well, see, that's where do you get that direction of this is what I need, so I'm going to do shoulders today, and I'm going to hit these 3 workouts. Are you YouTubing or are you just?
When I first started, I didn't know what I was doing. I would call what I was doing was working out because I just went in the gym. I did what I saw. I did what I read. I just like YouTubing. And then it got to the point where I was taking this quite serious, and I had a couple of friends that were like, we see you taking this serious. We're bodybuilders. We're going to train you. And so they taught me they took me to that next level of what training is. And training is not just working out. It's like you said, like I was saying, you go into the gym with intent. Like, I'm hitting this muscle, but I'm working this muscle. And it's just not going through the motions. You have to feel the motion.
You would say the biggest thing between hitting a muscle and feeling like really getting results is what?
It's time under tension. It's mind-muscle connection. That's the strongest thing. It's something that's hard to teach, but once learned, it's kept connection. Yeah,
I've never heard that one.
Mind-muscle connection is in your head. You see your muscle moving, you see your muscle working, and then you feel it to the point where it's about to explode. And it's having the actual contraction. I can feel the contraction going from my bicep stretched to the point it peaks. And so having that mind-muscle connection physically makes it stronger, thicker, and better.
So it's just really like being in tune with
You once you dial your body in and you have it in tune to the point where you can literally physically feel the muscle moving in your mind.
Yeah.
Once you have that connection,
sounds like some
Jedi. It is some Jedi shit, because that's what I thought it was. But then once I started training and working, and when I started training people to do bodybuilding and training people to have this body and aesthetics and strength, once they learned it, they're like, I see what you're saying. Because it's a whole different level of workout. It's a much more different pain. It's a much more different mind-muscle connection. Yeah, but it's the most important thing you can train. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, people go through motions. When people work out, they're going through motions. Like, I know I need to do this. I know I need to do presses. I know I need to do lats.
So with that, with a
muscle connection,
I'm gonna have to write that down. So is it about how many? It's not as much then, I would assume, about how many sets you're doing.
No,
or how many.
No, when mind muscle connection actually happens,
your body's telling you, okay, that's enough.
Yeah, it's not even telling you what's enough. It's knowing how to push past enough. You know what I'm saying? Because that is the next level. And what it is people can work out, people can have mind muscle connection, but the thing is you have to know your limits, but you also have to know what your breaking point is. There's a difference. Limitations are where you need to stop. Breaking points is when you break yourself. You see what I'm saying? So you
break yourself?
Physically break yourself. You need
like
to be
broken arm?
You need to be able to take yourself to that point to where I'm almost there. Then you go away. Then you stop.
So you almost break your arm.
You almost break your arm. You almost rip the muscle. You almost do this. But it is dangerous. But the thing is once you have the muscle connection, you understand that this is what it takes to build that position. Exactly. I know how to take myself to that break point. I know how to take myself to that level. And I know how to take, and I've learned to take people to that limit and to that level to where they're getting the results they want. They want to, like I said, I've had 4 or 5 guys that I've trained, and each one of them I fucking love what I do now. I love working out.
I can't wait. I'm definitely gonna get in here with this man and get in the gym and work on my physique and see if I can get what's the board
mind
short
muscle?
body?
Yeah, board short body.
I want a board short body. But does that have abs?
Yeah.
You said all I gotta do is have thick thighs to have abs.
Thick thighs. You know what I'm saying? Thick
the
thighs.
secret.
That's it.
Well, man, I really appreciate you having me on here today.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
This was dope to do. I hope everybody got a chance to learn more about you and about what makes you tick. And a little bit of background that none of us knew.
That's it. I appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you doing this with me. Before we stop, go ahead and let them know where they can find you. List your social medias.
Instagram, Cody_B_Ballard, and then Facebook is my name because that's what Facebook
That's it. I'll put all those links in the bottom. You guys know me. I'm the angry motherfucking dad. You want to watch this shit? IGTV, YouTube. You want to listen to it? Spreaker, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, SoundCloud, Deezer, iHeartRadio. This motherfucker's everywhere. You can easily fucking find it. Also, too, make sure you rate, review, like, subscribe, share this shit. You know somebody needs to listen to what I got to say? Pass it the fuck on. Also, too, I'm part of the SIP network, that Slightly Irregular Podcast Network. These are powerful podcasters that place our fucking powers together. You're uniting to get shit started. Uniting to get shit. Exactly. Trying to make this shit happen. Make sure you go to their Instagram. Make sure you go to sipnet.us. That's our website. It'll take you to every one of our sites, every one of our podcasts, every one of our platforms. You can even go to my TeePublic store from there. Order yourself some merchandise, Angry Dad Pocket. That's it.
I ordered 2 shirts.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't wait for those to come in. I got the one that says, guess the
fuck what? That's it. You know what I'm saying? So thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all motherfuckers on the next one. Fuck.